I'm Brian.
And I'm Erin.
We're the Crowleys. We decided to get baptized a couple weeks ago in the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Started for me when I was 15 years old. Had a friend of mine that invited me to come to church. I had never been to a church before that. Went, played some basketball, decided to start coming to that church, and was actually scared into my baptism by the pastor there. He was a hellfire and brimstone preacher and yelled and get saved or go to hell, basically. For the next 25 years of my life, I didn't live life with Christ. Went to church, left him there. Took care of everything else through the week myself, didn't have anything to do with him. Then I met my wife Erin a couple years ago, and seeing her faith really stirred my heart. Her love and the way she showed her passion for him really drew me in, and started seeking him myself, and made some serious changes in my life and where I was at, where I was going, the things I was doing, and he wasn't that hard to find. He met me right where I was looking for him.
And I grew up going to church. I've always known God. You know, as I got out of high school, I wouldn't say I walked away, but I pretty much did. I didn't have a relationship with Christ. You know, I was going out and partying and drinking and, you know, just sleeping with boyfriends, living with boyfriends. I really didn't care how I was living. You know, my dad passed away in 2014, and I didn't know back then, you know, but God was drawing me closer to him just through that. You know, God, he has a sense of humor. And I was running all the time at Sandra, the park I love, and I was seeing this cute boy there. I just saw him running, and one day he stopped and asked me for coffee, and turns out he went to Grace. And you know, before that, people had been inviting me to this church for years and years, and I just always said, I don't want to go to a big church like that. I know I won't like it. Over time, I just thought, I'm going to try this church out. So I ended up going with a good friend of mine for one of the Christmas services. And I just fell in love with Grace right away. I mean, the music, the messages, he just grew me closer to him then over time. And then I met my wonderful husband. You know, I never had a Christ-like relationship until I had been with my husband, and my husband and I had both started to talk about wanting to do baptism together. And so we took the baptism class.
We were on a couples retreat in the Outer Banks, and with some very good friends of ours. And
God was centered in that whole trip, and it was amazing. Just spending more time with him, and then with everyone every night and evening together, worshiping him and praising him together. And it was just on mine and Brian's heart to get baptized in his creation. We just thought, what a beautiful thing to do.
I couldn't help but be baptized. I want to give back to him anything I can, everything I can. He's given all to me. I want to give part of that back.
I feel the same. I just, you know, without Christ in my life before, I didn't know what I was missing. And I just have this peace in my heart now. And just knowing that I can talk to him any time of the day. And I just want to proclaim his love to everyone and just share what he's done in my life and just how he's changed my heart from the inside out. And I'm just so thankful for him.